Hi, this is Danny. Welcome to today's video. This is a strength routine, a Train with Danny full-length routine for strengthening our body. As usual, there's very little equipment with my routines. I've got a pair of bamboo shinais. These are martial arts conditioning sticks. It could be a broom and a rake. It could be the back of a chair for most of this. So we'll use these for some planks, for some triceps, for some squats, and we'll also get in some kind of pulling exercises a bit later on. Let's do a few warm-ups. It's nice for a moment before we begin our routine just to take a moment of stillness, so I encourage you to close your eyes, to stand relaxed. Bring your full attention into your body. And notice your body, notice what happens when you feel it. Is there a sense of calmness? Is there agitation? Even in stillness, are you sensing flow, freedom, good support? Or are there areas of tension? We'll go through warm-ups, we'll go through the routine, tension will naturally be released, so for now we just notice. Check in with your knees. Feel your spine, your shoulders, your abdomen. Let's begin rested, and let's continue from a relaxed place as we train today. Okay, let's take a few regular warm-ups. Let's do a nice cross crawl, just opposite hand to knee. Breath ideally is calm throughout, whether it's relaxation or cardio or strength training or flexibility work. Let's just keep the breath easy, body relaxed. Let's widen out the stance and just relax the knees. Feel free to move slower or quicker than I'm moving. At times you might even close your eyes during the routine today. Take some nice side stretches, so we'll slow this down, we'll move into a little squat, and then as you reach your left arm, that leg can go back, and as you reach your right arm up high, that right leg can go back. So get this nice multi-stretch right through the hip flexors, through the waist, through the abdomen, up through the lats here. Let's move into a nice nerve glide for upper body. So we'll stretch through the forearms to fingertips, relaxing the body and then toning the body. You have this nice interplay between toning, relaxing, toning. Inhale, softening the body. Check you're going right through to your fingertips, spread the hands wide. Exhaling to soften, inhaling to tone. And then there's a middle, a neutral, a restful place. Let's feel into hamstrings. Actually, we'll do the hamstrings with the poles. So let's use these as part of our warm-ups. Pair of dowels, like I said, a rake and a broom will do just fine. But let's hip hinge and just feel a gentle stretch under your arms and along the glutes and hamstrings. We can bring this in and repeat. So we'll take a good hip hinge, perhaps on the tops, depending on the height of your poles, and your pelvis pushes back, head might drop slightly. Play with one hand further forward than the other hand further forwards. Allow your knees to straighten and bend. This will be fine without the poles, as we often do with hands on the knees. Breathe easy, undulate the stretch, knees can bend more, knees can straighten more. Little push down into the poles. Let's round the body through. And we'll bring these in right by your big toes. Let's flex the body. Again, gravity, low tone, a bit gooey, a bit soft at your body. And then we'll press the feet and the hands down and we'll rise up and extend, and let's hold this. We'll breathe in. We'll breathe out slightly. We'll reload that push. Breathe in, get really tall, extend your posture, and then soften to the middle. Let's do that again. So we relax. No real push on the poles here. Head down, flexion. We'll press down into the feet about tummy height. Let's press down into the hands. Perhaps we'll reload that, bring the shoulder blades back. There's a tone through arms. Make a bit of a dent in the ground with your poles. Rise up. Inhale more deeply and then soften to the middle. Let's take this into kind of transitioning from our warm-ups into some strength training with balance. So plant, I'm doing my left foot here. Plant your foot down and gently go back to that tone, that nice sense of length. We'll lean forwards and we've got a good triangle between the foot and the two poles. And then release back and repeat. So we're still warming up, but we're also moving into a little bit of the subtle side of strength training, which is balancing. The right leg can straighten strong, the leg that's raised. The standing knee is probably bent slightly. And you're playing here this subtle movement. Breath is easy. We'll soften back and let's continue. How about we narrow the position between the poles? Extend your alignment. That's the toning phase, that's the inhale, but we'll continue to breathe out and in as well. So let the breath be natural. Can you go a little lower? Now here's a nice toning technique for left hamstrings and glutes. This is great for the low back. There's a little bit of tone through arms and abdomen. Even the right glute, the raised leg. We can increase our challenge. Big toe, right pole. Let's lean in. Push down, extend the body, right hip extends, spine slightly curved in, possibly getting a little lower this time, so your arm is further forward, your right leg's further back, your leg is higher. Now this might be wobbly and you might need the other pole down, but hang out for a bit. Little subtle movements within the toning so we're not too static. And then we'll rock back just occasionally, 20 seconds or so. How about we take both poles away? Let's tone first. Let's slide the hands down lower. Lean forwards. Float them off the ground. Perhaps get a bit further down. Subtle movement. I'm lifting a bit and then lowering slightly. Lifting the body slightly and then lowering. So great toning for left hamstrings while lengthening, while balancing. Starting to fatigue for me in that back of that left leg quite nicely. And the glute, the buttock. When you're ready to come back, slowly return. Okay, leg toning while balancing, great. Let's try it the other side. Feel free to pause the video and do more at any time. So at first, nice tripod foot, two poles. We'll push down, we'll elongate the posture, and then hip hinge just slightly. That right hip, nice hinge there, left leg is straight and strong. Light press into your hands. Breath is easy. Eyes open but relaxed, blink regularly. Let's narrow the base, perhaps about a foot apart. Come forwards, little push, there's the tone. Can lean a little further possibly. The more upright you are, the easier this is. The lower we go with the torso and the higher with the leg, the stronger this gets. Now we're putting some length, some awareness, some tone, glute, hamstrings, and across the back. How about the opposite arm and leg? Left pole, right foot. Push the ground away, feel that tone and support through your body. Extend through the fingers, extend through the left toes. Nice stretch through the whole left side of the body. Right knee is straightish, but you might play with that. Even the body rising and lowering slightly. Let's condition this right leg. Let's bring the balance awareness in. Great for the ankle, the knee, the hip. Balance is good for our nervous system, our proprioception, our spatial awareness. Okay, occasionally we come back to rest and then we'll feel how we are to push into both to get the tone and then to slide the hands down lower and float those up. Easier, higher up with the body or using the poles. More challenging is to go deeper, and when you're there to play a bit, slightly move. Not too much. Let's start to feel some work out in the back of that right leg, perhaps the left glute, the low back. These are all involved. When you're ready to come back, Take a moment to shake out, come back and relax. Okay, we'll keep with the poles for a bit longer. Let's move into a standing plank. If you find this is quite wobbly for you, you can push the poles into something firm, corner of a wall or door, and that makes this more stable. I'm doing it freestanding, my balance feels okay today, watching out for Tor, and this is different heights and that's good, that's part of the challenge. But I'm going to put my hands on the top, and they could be further down, just happens to work well from the top. And already we're in a bit of a plank here. So there's some tone with our plank muscles, upper body, abdominal muscles, triceps and lats, purposefully moving around and playing. If you hip hinge more, this is easier. Push your pelvis back. If you lean forwards more, this begins to get stronger. I'm going to rest my thumbs on the top and start to play with going a little lower. Now you might have rested right now, you might be okay for a bit longer. To repeat, it's easier to hip hinge. There's less weight on my arms, I could even lift them. It's stronger to lean in further. A little further out for me with these poles. To lean further in. Elbows are not too bent yet, just a couple of inches. This is abdominal tone. That's where I'm feeling it most. If you need a little safety net, you can step forward at any time. Let's continue to play with the plank, but also bring in some good tricep tone. Breathing easy, body relaxed. Feet closer in for this will make the tricep presses here more comfortable. Feet further back, more challenging. So again, free, kind of relaxed into this. We'll let the muscles work naturally. Not too deep at first. You're flexing your elbows, shoulders relaxed, head relaxed, eyes relaxed, maybe even closed. And then you're straightening, sinking down, breathing, and then pressing the ground away. Just in case I was out of view there. Okay, so the challenge with this is to get deeper and not to rise too high. Still working the abdominal muscles. There's a bit of support with the hip hinge, so the glutes and lower back are helpful here, but it's really mostly about the back of your upper arms. I'm really getting a nice strong fatigue in triceps. I'm just about done, which means I can do more. Fatigue starts psychologically, so your body can do more. There's localized pain, rest. If it's just uncomfortable, keep pushing, keep working. Relax your expression. Push down. Maybe there's more. Get to a point where your muscles in focus, in this case triceps, are nicely fatigued. In which case just have a quick shake out. We're going to come to legs. Let's take a double squat first. We'll just sink back into a good hip hinge. There's a little bit of weight on the poles here, just slightly. Some doubles at first. So back to leg training. A bit more about quadriceps now, less about hamstrings and glutes, but we are still working the glutes. So how about we focus on left side only now. Adjust the poles as you need to. That keeps a little bit of postural tone. Nice integrity through the upper body. Right foot skimming to help get your pelvis further back, but you're not really overly using your right foot here. Okay, once we're a few repetitions in, we can relax into the depth and intensity of this single leg squat. So it's pretty low. Left foot is pushing. Give the toes a wiggle. Check your weight is on the whole foot, but especially the heel. Shoulders free, eyes relaxed. Close your eyes at times. The intensity we feel in the quadriceps, the thigh muscles of the left, we don't need to match that through our expression. How about you're quite free and relaxed as these muscles start to get very hot and bothered and uncomfortable. It's like they lose their strength. See what's available. It's very unlikely I'll fatigue the same time as you. I've probably got 2 more. You might have 5 more, you might be finished already. I'm going to go really slow for this last one. And maybe there's another one. Try not to use the pole so much. Gets to a point where you can hardly straighten your leg. All right, when you're ready, let's switch. First couple of repetitions, we're just moving through space, just priming the nervous system, getting the awareness through the body of the focus. Then we begin to reduce speed, reduce height. Breath calm, eyes might close. Left leg just a skim, pose just a little bit of support. Pelvis gets back. I can still feel my left leg. Maybe do a little bit of loosening if your left quads are still fatigued. So right leg pushes, there we go. Body free, face relaxed, slow, quite deep potentially. Poles are there if you need them, but they're hardly being used. They're there to keep a little bit of postural integrity. Spine's naturally curved in, arms lightly toned, lower back has more support when you use the poles. So where are you with the fatigue? Have you paused? Are these muscles here getting extremely uncomfortable? Because that's what we want. That's where the magic is, in fatigue. It's okay, it's safe, it's good. It's good for our metabolism, it's good for our hormones, it's good for the bones, it's good for the muscles, it's good for the brain. It's good for your function. Go to what feels your appropriate maximum for today. When you're ready to shake out, let's just shake out. I'm going to rest from the poles and come back to upper body. We'll start with the set of press-ups for chest, shoulders, a bit more on the triceps, and then hopefully you'll have some kind of arrangement for a pulling exercise. Downwards is more challenging, so I'm going to enjoy working slightly pitched down, perhaps even raising my feet up. Oh, good boy. All right, so kneeling press-ups are easier. Quicker press-ups are easier. So knees down would make this easier technique. So find your level of intensity, a little bit of play through the body, quite deep, not too high, and ideally slow. You might weave a bit left to right. You might turn the head one way. So I'm dropping my left chest down to look to the right. Yes, beautiful. Looking left, dropping the right chest down. Really pretty strong to failure here. You can push the body to failure if it's safe for you. I mean, you can't get back up again. But there's normally one more. You just got to focus and dig deep. And eventually you hit your max. Is that it? Is that your stick? Good boy, find it. Okay, great. Let's do a pulling exercise, something to balance out where we've been using the pressing muscles more today. Okay, so I'm doing my favourite pulling exercise. It's assisted chin-ups. If you don't have a rope to pull on, or monkey bars or something, then you can do some bicep curls perhaps today instead. So with 1 foot or 2 feet planted on the tree or on the wall near your chin-up bar or on the door frame, whatever you're using, can help for chin-ups to be full, so good height, and still working slow. Nice, comfortable full range. I'm leaning back a bit, pushing into the tree, lifting my, not just chin actually, but almost the collarbones up above the bar. If I was doing freestanding chin-ups, I wouldn't be able to do as many or with as much flow. There'd be more tension in my body. So this is a nice supportive way of keeping good quality technique, keeping the timing slow, keeping it more holistic by using the whole body. Bit of a weave in there, it's slow. I'm low, but I'm not quite resting, and then straight back in. Breath is calm, eyes could close. Bit of a weave, bit of play. If you're doing some double bicep curls, it's slow, or single arm bicep curls, it's slow, and you're still looking for fatigue. I'm going to try and lower without the tree. Using the tree on the up phase, right towards the end of the set, challenging by not using the tree on the way down. Sometimes you just hold and just see if you can keep moving, however slow it may be. It's a more advanced technique, but you just keep moving, until eventually the body fails or the fatigue hits the right amount for you. Good boy, good boy. So when you're ready, just come down to rest again. A little bit of a shake out. Okay, workout over. Done some legs, done some upper body, fairly short routine. Let's go through some nice warm downs here. So we'll repeat some of our warm-up moves where we start with the cross crawl, relaxing the hip joints, relaxing your posture. Strength training does raise the heart slightly, for some people quite a lot, so your breathing can calm down now to help settle that. We'll still keep a sense of flow and ease. It's a great workout, strength training, whole body. Let's come into the hip hinge where we take the hip joints back and stretch out the hamstrings. So yeah, we've worked through everything. It was mostly for the poles to start with, for triceps, for planks. We did some good squats, we did some balances for our ankle ligaments and knees and spine and nervous system. We had the chin-ups for upper body, had a good round of press-ups. Let's flex and extend the spine here. And these movements naturally work the abdomen and work the back. So we don't need to do separate abdominal toning with this sort of routine. Good, let's come up to the nerve glide. Let's stretch the fingers and forearms and biceps and pectoral muscles back to stretch, to flex, to extend. Relaxing, opening up, and then softening down. One more time, let's push down, inhale, tone, and then bring it to neutral, bring it to the middle. Okay, it's a great routine. Thank you for joining in. Hope you enjoyed today's routine. 3 or 4 days time, do something like a cardio routine or a mixture of strength and cardio. Plenty of time for flexibility, eat healthy. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you.